That's why. Because of the taxes. Because they didn't want to acknowledge that the U.S. savings bond was justified in being issued because they didn't want to acknowledge the COVID relief as income. But they did acknowledge that 1 hour I worked at the facility that was repackaging the Menchies, at least enough to say I owed taxes, right? You want me to pay taxes for using a repackaging of ice cream ostensibly to children called Menchies, by the way, as a derivative for distribution of biological and chemical weapons. Yeah, see, so that's why you had to wait. Because the first two times, the implication was that $12 meant one thing, but you're really, 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 really committed to extorting me until I agree to work tax waivers for other people and aid and abet the illicit distribution of chemical and biological weapons. Just as like this really like snarky way of saying, yeah, Charity, we know exactly what we did when we took you into those places and we said what we did and we did what we did. And we're not going to give up until you agree to understand that yes, we did. We sold you and we sold your family because we wanted legal pot. But in order for us to get legal pot, there's all these other deals that had to be hooked up and delivered in the meantime, and you just refused to do it. Okay. So does this qualify me now? Are you going to just say with all of the other evidence that you're so committed to making me pay a bullshit $12 tax specifically, directly, and intentionally knowing that it would be connected to using food items as derivatives for distribution of chemical and biological weapons, that if I do not actually pay the $12 specific to this understanding, you're going to continue to say that I owe $12 in taxes as opposed to any other thing? Yeah, well, the thing is, I already proved it irrefutably earlier today that I do not owe for that $12, right? And that phone deal, I mean, it was evidence in a very, very serious, massive crime. Here's the problem: Menchie's. Yeah. How did Menchie's become Ben and Jerry's in Israel and Palestine? How did Menchie's in Texas become Ben and Jerry's in Israel and Palestine?